Okay, so let's go through how you could program your calculator to solve all of this. All right, let's say our 2 points.
Oh, go back. I'm still copying notes.
Okay, let's say our 2 points are H1, K1, and H2, K2. Okay, so again, remember, we can't program our calculator with Y1, Y2 because that's already assigned a value in your calculator. So we'll use H and K to represent these. In terms of H and K, let's look at our equation. Okay, our equation is the slope is the difference of the y's, K1 minus K2, and our change in x's is H1 minus H2. So here's what our slope is equal to in terms of H1 and K1. All right, so the formula that we're going to program into our calculator is based on what's called the point slope form. We'll talk about that later, but the point slope form will take the slope, which is K1 minus K2, all over H1 minus H2. And you multiply this by some value, H. Again, the H's represent the X values. Okay, and then you will add K1 at the end. So this right here is an equation that will give us slope-intercept form just by entering the X and Y coordinates of each point. And so here's how we can program our calculator for this. And go up to the Other tab, which is F4. Hit Define, and we need to give it a name. And so to give it a name, you can alpha lock it, and let's call it 2 points. You have to spell it out, so TWO, and then we'll just abbreviate PTS. Okay, so here's the name of this function. I'm going to call it 2 points. After you name it, you have to tell it the order of the inputs. So the way that we're going to input this is we're just going to go X coordinate, Y coordinate, X coordinate, Y coordinate. Okay, just like when we program slope. Okay, so since our X coordinate is in terms of H's and the Y is in terms of K's, when we enter this, we get H1, followed by K1, followed by H2, followed by K2. Okay, so again, what this means is whenever you take this function, you're going to input your first X coordinate followed by your first Y coordinate, and then your second X coordinate followed by your second Y coordinate. Okay. And we're going to set this equal to this equation here that we just wrote. Okay, so in order to do that, okay, put 2 parentheses. Okay, we're going to take this whole quantity here. So we have our outside parentheses, but then we have these inside ones too. So 2 parentheses, and we're going to take our rise, which is K1 minus K2, divided by the run, which is H1 minus H2. Okay, and close off the parentheses. So here's our slope. And then we're going to multiply this. So the multiply by H minus H1. Remember, H in this equation is representing our X values. And then at the very end, we're going to add our K1 value. Once you do that, you can hit Enter, and it should say Done. If you've typed this in correctly, what you should be able to do now is under this var link function, so second subtraction, you can scroll down and find 2 points, okay, or just hit the T button until 2 points is accessed, or you can just type in 2 points. And now you can just type in your coordinates, 1, 5, followed by 2, 3, close it off, and when you hit Enter, you'll see your equation. Your equation is y equals 7 minus 2, remember H is X, so 7 minus 2X is the same thing, it just moved the order of it. It's easier because once you type it in now, you don't ever have to do any of this work. Yeah. Okay, so here's what you should have entered on your calculator. Okay, define. Give it a name. Okay. Identify the order of your inputs. So H1, K1, H2, K2, and then say equals. Okay. And now you're going to type in your function relationship. So the function is, and I'm going to write it down here, 2 parentheses. You'll take K1 minus K2 divided by H1 minus H2. Close the parentheses. And then you're going to multiply by H minus H1, and then you're going to add K1.